Hello guys, in this tutorial we are discussing about discussing about special operators which are available in Python. Okay, we have mainly two kinds of special operators available in Python. Those are nothing but first one is identity operators and the second one is membership operators. Okay, first one is identity operator and second one is membership operators. Okay, now let us focus on identity operators first and then we will move to the membership operators. Okay, in terms of identity operators we have mainly two different operators. Okay, first one is the is operator and the second one is the is not operator. Okay, first one is and the second one is not. Now let us see what these two operators will work. Okay, how this will work. So is operator will work. Okay, is operator will return true whenever two variables are pointing to the same object, then is operator will return true. Okay, if two variables are pointing to the same object, then is operator will return true. Okay, now coming to the is not operator. If two operators, two variables are not pointing to the same object in the memory. Okay, if two objects are not pointing to the same object in the memory, then is not operator will return true. Okay, otherwise false. So let us see how these two will work in real time with IDLE. Now suppose first operators which I am talking about is identity. Okay, identity operator. Okay, inside that also first one is operator. Now I have two variables. Okay, two variables a, and a value is 10 and b value is also 10. Okay, so in basic Python what we know already is like if it is integers, if the particular object is already available in the memory, new variable got created with the same value means then what happens, two variables will be pointing to the same object in the memory. Okay, now if at all two variables are pointing to the same object in the memory, in that case how can we check? By using this id of function we can check the addresses. If the addresses are same for two variables, then we can say that these two objects are pointing to these two variables are pointing to the same object in the memory. Let us see how that will work. Now if we check the address of a, address of a is this one and address of b is this one. Okay, address of a is this location and address of b is also same location. In this case these two variables, a and b are pointing to the same location. Okay, same location. So in this case what happens is a is b. Okay, in this case since these two are pointing to the same object in the memory, these two variables are pointing to the same location in the memory, in this case it will return true for sure. Okay, why? Because these two addresses are same. Now let us create one list called L1 which contains the data 1, 2, 3, and let me create another list which contains the data again 1, 2, 3. Now if I check the ID of L1, this one, if I check the ID of L2, see, since this is list and mutable, these two are pointing to two different objects in the memory. Yeah, now we will check the addresses. Okay, we'll check the addresses of L1 and L2. Okay, these two are pointing to two different objects in the memory. Now if we check, L1 is L2, L1 is L2, obviously this will return false. Okay, obviously this will return false only because here L1 is pointing to this object, this location, and L2 is pointing to some other location. So obviously in this case L1 is L2 will return false definitely. Okay, so let me explain with one more example. Now I am creating a tuple with the data 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now again another tuple called x I am creating with the same data. Okay, with the same data I am creating 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like that. Now if I check the address of t, it is pointing to this location. Again if I check the address of x, it is pointing to some other location. Now in this case if I check, if I check the if I apply this is operator, so t is x. So in this case it is completely false because these two are pointing to two different locations in the memory. Okay, 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 that will happen like that. Now one more thing I wanted to explain you. Now you guys might have got this question by now. Okay, what is the difference between double equal to operator? The double equal to is nothing but what? Equality operator, and equality operator, and is nothing but identity operator. Now you guys might have confused with this. Okay, so now double equal to operator, okay, double equal to operator will check the, okay, will check the values between two variables. Okay, we'll note that point. Okay, double equal to will check the values between two variables. Okay, but in this case is, okay, is will check will check the addresses, okay, addresses between two variables. So to explain with some more clarity, double equal to will return true if the data is same. Okay, double equal to will return true if the data is same. Is will return true if both the variables are pointing to the same address. Is will return true. Double equal to will return true whenever the values are same. So now let's try to understand this with a few examples. Now, okay, idea of now t is what? First let us see t is a 10 to 50, we have the data. Now x is something, we have the data from 10 to 50. Okay, in this case for both the variables values are same. Okay, data is same. Now in this case if I check t double equal to x, okay, if I check to t double equal to x, what happens? Okay, in this case if we check t double equal to x, what happens? Since the data is same, okay, since the data is same between these two variables, in this case obviously it will return true, because double equal to will check the data. Okay, check the data. Since data is same, this will return true. But t, okay, but t is x, this will return false. Okay, so because why it returns false is because this is checking the addresses. Since these two are pointing to two different addresses in the memory, this will be false. Now coming to the other case where my a value is also 10 and b value is also 10. In this case what happens is, since these are integers, obviously these two will be pointing to the same object in the memory. Now in this case a equal to b, this will return true. This will return true because both the values, okay, both the variables are having the same value called 10, right? So in this case definitely it will return true only. Okay, so in this case definitely it will return true only because these two are having the same data. Okay, these two are having the same data. Now if we check, okay, if we check the addresses between these two, in this is also will true. Okay, this also will be true. Okay, now let me prove that. ID of a is this one, and ID of okay, or else we can prove like this. ID of a equal to ID of b. See, so in simple terms, is operator is checking the IDs and double equal to operator is checking the values. So in this case, a is b also true because these two are pointing to the same object in the memory. Okay, I hope all of you understand like what is the difference between double equal to and is. Okay, is means checking the addresses, double equal to means checking the values. Okay, I hope all of you understand these differences. Okay, now let us move to the next operator in the identity operators. Okay, next operator in the identity operators is nothing but is not. Okay, is not. So is not operator will return true. Okay, will return true if both the objects are not pointing to the, okay, if both the variables are not pointing to the same object in the memory, then is not will return true. If they are pointing to the same object, then it will return false. in simple terms, is completely opposite to is not. Okay, so is and is not are completely opposite to each other. Now let's try to understand this. Okay, now I am talking about is not. All of you remember this point. Okay, is and not. Okay, these two are two different words. Okay, they should be like you cannot put is not like that. Okay, there should be space in between. Okay, see, when I put space, color is changing because these two are keywords. Okay, but if you are combining these two, what happens? It is coming in black color because it is not able to recognize as a keyword. I mean, it is not able to recognize as a reserved word. So it should be space. Okay, now a, okay, id of a is also same as id of b, right? So in this case, if I do this is not operator, okay, a is not b, a is not b is completely false. So this is completely false because a is not b, because a is b, because these two are pointing to same object. If we keep, okay, if you are saying it is not b, then obviously it is false because it is completely opposite to the is operator. So see, false. Now if I check the id of t, it is this one, and id of id of x, this is this one. Okay, since these two are pointing to the different objects, now if I check this is not operator, okay, t is not x, so in this case it will be true because these two are pointing to two different objects. Okay, since is not condition is getting satisfied, so this will return true. Okay, this will return true. Now let me check the id of L1. Okay, L1 is this, and id of L2. Okay, id of L1 is this one, and the id of L2 is this one. Okay, see, now in this case these two are pointing to two different objects. So in this case what happens? L1 is not L2. So this is, okay, this is obviously true because these two are pointing to two different objects. Okay, now I hope all of you understand this both is and is not operators. Okay, simple. Okay, is checking the addresses, is not means is not also checking the addresses, but it will return true whenever these two are not pointing to the same object. Okay, I hope all of you understand this both is and is not operator, and how it is different from the equality operator also you guys understood, hopefully. Now let me take you to the second type of operators. Okay, second type of special operators available in Python, that is nothing but membership operators. Okay, membership, the name itself is indicating, right? Membership means we are checking, okay, we are checking the membership of a particular element. Okay, membership of a particular element in a specific collection. That means if it is a particular member, okay, if in a collection a particular element is present or not, is it a member or not, that we are checking in this membership operators. Now let us see how this will work. The first one is, okay, in membership operators, the first one is nothing but in operator. Okay, first one is nothing but in operator. In means in operator will return true. Okay, in operator will return true if a specific object is present in a given collection. Okay, if it is present, then in operator will return true. Okay, if it is present, then in operator will return true, otherwise false. So let us see how this will work. Now we are trying to explain membership operators. Okay, inside membership operators also, specifically we are discussing about in operator. Okay, now let me take you a collection. Okay, in this collection I have something, okay, some languages names: Python, okay, Java, okay, Ruby, okay, .NET, okay, and I have some numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and some okay, 3 plus 7j, some complex numbers we have. Okay, we will have some floating numbers 9.84. we have some floating point numbers also, and also we can put some more floating point numbers like 2.45. now I have a list which contains some bunch of elements. Okay, I have a list which contains some bunch of elements. Now I want to check whether a particular element is present inside this list or not. By using this membership operator, we can do it very easily. Okay, now I want to check whether there is an element called as Python. Okay, I want to check whether an element called Python is present in this list or not. Okay, so Python in L. Since Python is already a member of this list, so in this case obviously it will return true. Yeah, in this case obviously it will return true. Now if I want to check 30 is present in this list or not. Okay, since 30 is already present in this list, in this case it will return true, because 30 is a member of this list. Now again, if I want to check whether 9.84 is a member in this list or not. Okay, 9.84 in list, so 9.84 is again a member in this list. So okay, so in this case also it will return true only. Now I want to check whether 2.45 is present in this list or not. Okay, 2.45 in this list is true again, because it is present, so it will return true. Now again, if we want to check, an element called as 999 present in this list or not. Okay, since I don't have the element called as 999, okay, since I don't have the number called 999 in this list, so obviously in this case it will return false, because it is not present. Okay, now I want to check something called as XYZ. Okay, I want to check some string called as XYZ present in this list or not. So XYZ is not available in this list. Again it will return false, since it is not a member of this. Okay, so in this way we can apply membership operators in a list. Not only for a list, we can apply membership operators for almost all collections. Okay, now let me take a string. In this string, yeah, this is a string. My string value is I am learning Python. Now in this string I want to check whether there is a substring called as am. Okay, am in L. Since am is a substring in this am is a substring in this string, so it will return true. Sorry, am I should check in yes. Okay, am in yes. So since am is present in this string, so it will return true. Okay, now again, if I want to check a substring called as learning is present in this string or not. Okay, again this substring called yes is available, so it will return true in this case. Now I want to check whether a substring called as Java is present in this string or not. So obviously Java is not available, so in this case definitely it will return false. Okay, one last example we will see. Now I am searching for a substring called as ABCD, some random string. Okay, if it is present in a string or not. So again it will return false, because that is not available. Okay, I don't have the substring called as ABCD in this string, so again it will return false. Now I hope all of you understand how this membership operator in will work for all the collections. Okay, now let me take you to the next operator. Okay, next operator available in membership operators, that is nothing but not in. Okay, that is nothing but not in. So not in simple words, not in we can define as a opposite term of in operator. That means in will return true whenever a particular element is available in a collection, but not in will return true whenever a particular collection is not available. Okay, whenever a particular element is not available in that collection, then not in will return true. Okay, because these two are completely opposite to each other. In the above scenario we saw, right, whenever is true, is not is false. Same way, whenever in is true, not in will be false. If not in is true, then in is false. These two are opposite to each other again. Now let me explain you not in operators also with few examples for the better understanding. Now we are discussing about a not in operator. Okay, again I wanted to cover you something, that if you put not in without space, okay, that is coming in black color because that is not recognizing as a keyword. Okay, so definitely you should keep this space. Okay, you should keep this space because not and in are two reserved words in Python. See, whenever I keep this space, a color is changing to saffron color. That is the reason. Okay, so remember this point. Okay, so in between not and in there should be a space. Again, before that, let me print the list L. Okay, let me print the list L. Okay, in this list I have these many items. Now if I want to check whether 999 is not in list or not. Okay, since 999 is not available in this list, obviously it will return true only because I don't have the element called as 999 in this. Now same way, if I am checking a number called as 1 2 3 4 not in L, again it will return true only because 1 2 3 4 is also not available in this list. Now again, if I am checking some element called as if I am checking some element called as ASP.NET. Okay, since this ASP.NET string is not available in this list, again it will return true only. Okay, now if I am checking 30 or else 20 not in L, so in this case what happens, 20 is already a member in this list. Since it is present, here what happens here, it will return false because 20 is already a member of this list. So this way. Now again, if you are checking Ruby not in L, since Ruby is also a member, okay, since Ruby is also member of this list, again in this case it will return false. Okay, in this case it will return false because it is already a member. Now let me do the same thing with the help of string. Okay, now I am checking learning not in yes. Learning is already available, right? So if I do learning not in yes, obviously it will return false. Now in the same way, if I am checking Java, okay, if I am checking a substring Java not in yes, so since Java is also not, okay, Java is not present in the string, in this case it will return true only because Java is not available. Okay, same way, if you are checking Python substring, okay, we are checking a substring called as Python. So since Python is already available, in this case what happens, in this case definitely it will return false only because it is available, right? Okay, now one last example we will see and then we will wrap up. Okay, now again some some element called as 20 not in yes. So in this case what happens, let me see, we are checking, okay, we are applying this membership operator on a string. Okay, we are applying this membership operator on a string, but you are trying to search a integer. That's why it should it should require string. Okay, it should require a string as a left operand. But if I'm trying to do, if I'm trying to apply this not in operator with the int, then what happens in this case, it will definitely return, it will raise an error because it is not possible to search a integer in a string. Okay, I hope all of you understand this both in operator and not in operator. Not only membership operators along with the identity operators. Okay then, thank you so much. Bye.